I also got these sassy leggings. They're all stars, stars, and stardust. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Okay, let's come into easy pose. Sitting whatever way feels comfortable for you in easy pose. And that could be anywhere from just legs extended with ankles crossed, all the way up to looking more like I look. And remember, in today's practice, it's so important to listen to your body. If you're feeling achy, stretchy sensation, that's good. But if you're feeling sharp pain, that's not good. And if you're ever experiencing sharp, sudden pain, stop whatever it is you're doing right at that moment and get into a more comfortable position. And just rest your body for a few seconds. And then when you go back, if there's still time to go back to that particular position, see it by changing up how you got into it, or what position your legs are in or your body is in, if that will help. So let's sit and breathe for a few moments. You can close your eyes if you like, and don't force your breath yet. Just breathe. Let your shoulders relax. Push away all those annoying monkey chatter thoughts that are in your head. Just say, oh, I'll think about that later. Instead, focus on the fact that you're breathing in and breathing out. And as you breathe, start to push your belly out on the inhale. Taking a breath deep inside, and on the exhale, push it back in again. And we're going to do a little bit of a breathing exercise. So we're going to do 4 square breathing. And that is just simply we inhale for the count of 4, we hold it for the count of 4, we exhale to the count of 4, and then we inhale to hold it to the count of 4, and then inhale to the count of 4. So in between each inhale and exhale, we're holding or suspending our breath for the count of 4. So I'm going to do the counting. I'm going to start with you, but it's hard to breathe and count at the same time. So we'll start to inhale, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And just go back to breathing normally. Now, you might feel a little lightheaded after doing this because you've been pulling in oxygen, allowing it to sit in your lungs for a few seconds before you exhale. So sometimes that causes people to have a little bit of dizziness or a little feeling of weird sensation. That's okay, it's normal. Most of the time, we only breathe up here. And so when we take the time to breathe and push out our belly and hold that air in there, we're getting so much more oxygen, and it's so good for your brain. So try to practice that. And it is a perfect breath practice to do if you're ever feeling stressed. And nothing stresses out us more than the holiday season. So make sure that if you're starting to feel that anxiousness coming in, that tenseness, or you're feeling angry a lot and getting short-tempered, that you just stop and you take time to breathe Nice, deep, slow breaths, holding the breath at both the inhale and after the exhale. You can let your eyes float open if you like. We're going to start to inhale the arms up, taking a reach up, stretch up. And then exhale, slowly drop them back down again. And it's important not to do this too quickly. Try to slow yourself down and resist your own movement as you inhale up. And particularly as you exhale the arms down, imagine you're pushing through water or sand. Inhale back up again. Exhale, slowly coming to back down again. Push, stretch your fingers out, open them wide. Inhaling up, and this time we're going to look up, lifting our chin toward the ceiling. See if you can touch fingertips together. And then slowly exhale as you come down, pushing your chin into your chest. Inhale, coming back up, lifting the chin up. Now, because we're going slowly, as you inhale, you might hit the top of your inhale. That's where you hold the breath. Exhale, start to come down, and the same thing when you're coming down. Drop your chin to your chest, and when you run out of breath, hold. Inhale, back up, look up. Exhale as you come back down, drop your chin down. This time we're going to hover just above the floor, fingers stretching out, reaching out away from us until we feel that tugging coming right across the shoulders. Keep pushing your chin down nice and firmly and toward your chest. Spread your fingers wide. Rotate palms facing forward. We're going to push the shoulder blades in toward each other. Keep your chin down. As you inhale, lift your chin up to neutral and bring the arms forward. Touch tips of fingers together, and then let's open up wide again, pushing the shoulder blades in, dropping the chin to the chest. See how far back you can push those arms. Inhale as you bring them forward, lift your chin up. Exhale, drop the chin back down, push the arms back behind you. Squeeze in the shoulder blades. Release your arms down toward the floor. We're going to inhale the right hand up. We're just going to drop it on the side of our head near our ear. And you're not letting yourself pull your head. You're just going to let the weight of your arm do the work. And we're going to try to get our ear to get closer to our shoulder, our right ear to the right shoulder. And I want you just to allow this to happen till you feel that nice stretch coming up. And then you can kind of let go of the weight if you need to a little bit. Otherwise, just let that weight of the arm keep pulling your head toward your shoulder. You want to add a little more to this, you can start walking your fingers away from you, stretching out a little bit more. Feeling that nice stretch up the back of the neck, or side of the neck. And then we're just going to drop our chin toward our right armpit. You can move your hand to help with that. Let the weight bring your chin down. And then we're going to walk our hand a little bit more behind us. Feel that stretch now more up the back of the neck. And release that hand. We're going to switch sides. We're going to bring the left hand up, rest it on the right side of our head, trying to bring the left ear to the left shoulder just by the weight. Don't pull it down. And then start walking your fingers away from you on the mat. Do you feel that stretch coming up the side of the neck to the ear? And then we're going to let our chin come toward our left armpit. Drop your hand on the back of your head, let the weight hold your chin down, and then you're going to move that hand just a little bit more behind you and try to move it away from you further. And release. Place your fingers together, put them on the back of your head, the elbows forward, and we're going to let the weight of our arms pull our chin into our chest. Just let those arms get heavy. Try to push your shoulders down. Don't let them bunch up. And release. Fingers under the chin. Push the chin up toward the ceiling. Till you feel a nice stretch coming up the front of the throat. Breathe here. And then gently release. Take your right hand, place it along the left side of your jaw, and we're just going to guide, keeping your chin nice and level to the floor. We're just going to guide the chin over toward the right shoulder as far as you can. Let this shoulder, the left shoulder, relax down. And then you're going to take your left hand and put it on the right side of your jaw and gently draw the chin toward the left shoulder. Relax your arm down on the right side and let that shoulder relax. You should let both shoulders relax. Watch you're not bunching them up. And gently let it come back to center. Inhale the arms up once more. But this time, whoops, before we do that, let's drop down and switch up our feet. Move your feet around so that whatever one was further away from you is now closer and vice versa. And then let's inhale the arms up, nice big stretch up. Exhale the right hand down. You can bend your right elbow here, and we're going to take a side bend to the right. Nice big long stretch. Stretch until you feel like you need to lift up that left bottom cheek, but don't. Just keep stretching. Slowly come back up again. Exhale, drop the left hand down, take a side bend to the left this time. Keep stretching until you feel the urge to want to lift up your right bottom cheek, but don't do it. Keep stretching. Inhale, slowly come back up again. On the exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Bringing our right hand behind us, left hand to our lap. Lengthening up through the spine, lengthening up, lifting up the rib cage. Push gently the shoulder back, and your chin can follow. And just take a few breaths here. Try not to collapse. Try not to let yourself get relaxed here. Stay nice and tall. And then slowly come back to center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, let's twist to the left this time. Nice and tall here too. Pushing that left shoulder back, and your chin can follow it. Forget to breathe, taking lots of slow, deep breaths. And then slowly, slowly come back to center. Inhale, reach up for the ceiling. Exhale, bow to the earth. Bring your hands down and flat them down when you need to, when you feel like you're going to lift up. Keep pushing your belly down. Don't worry about your head. Keep your head up for now. Stretch out as far as you can. You want to feel that stretch happening in your back. You want to feel that you're reaching in your arms. Make sure you're getting those sensations happening, even if you don't look like me. So long as you can feel the body stretching out, you're doing it. We're going to slowly walk our fingers over toward the right, and we're just going to go as far as we can without lifting up our bum, but still feeling a nice stretch up the side of the body. And this time on this side, it will be up the left side. And then we're just going to slowly walk our fingers all the way over as far as we can to the left this time, making sure we're not lifting up our bottom, and we feel a nice stretch up the right side now. So most of the stretching, you're going to feel it in your back, in the sides of your back, up into your rib cage. Take an inhale, keep up on your fingertips, and slowly push your belly down first, and then tuck your chin and let your forehead drop toward the floor. So keep in mind, this is what it looks like when I do it, but when you do it, even if you have your legs way up here, with ankles crossed, you're still doing the same thing. And you're still pushing down, and you might not even get that low. You might only get to here, but you're feeling your back stretching. You're feeling the sides of your body stretching, and that's what counts. Let's come back up slowly, push into the floor so that you're not using your back. Let's take an inhale again and stretch up. Lengthen up as you stretch up. I want you to reach right through that stretch. Feel your rib cage lift, feel your spine stretching. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. You can press your fingers or your knuckles down into your cushion or the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. And keep squeezing them in until you feel that stretching happening across the front of your chest. In the early days, this will happen really soon. But as you've been practicing yoga, that sensation starts to become just kind of a whisper as you try to pull open the chest. Push into the floor, lift up your rib cage, lift your chin up toward the ceiling, and relax your head back on the exhale, and push down into the floor. Breathe 3 nice, slow, deep breaths. One more. And slowly as you exhale, release everything down. Inhale, reaching up for the ceiling, stretch up, drop the shoulders and reach for the ceiling. Spread your fingers wide. Keep pushing the shoulders down. Slowly, slowly bring your hands toward each other. And if you need to drop your arms a bit to do that, that's okay. And then pressing the palms in toward each other, come down to the center. Stopping right at about mid-chest. Push the palms together. Now, even if your fingers are the only things touching, it's about intention. So make sure you're still pushing your palms together, even if they don't touch. Elbows are pressed out to the side. Close your eyes. Take a few breaths here and sense what you're sensing in your body. Become aware of what you're feeling right now, this breath. And release. You can shake your hands out. We're going to extend our right leg out, coming into the half butterfly. So I'm just going to get off my cushion here. I just find for me, being on the cushion, it's not as comfortable doing this particular stretch as it is doing the rest of the stuff I was doing. So for you, it might be different. If you've got a nice cushy cushion, probably be okay. Mine's kind of a hard, just a little bit softer than a block. So I've got my right leg extended out right in front of me. And today we're going to do a couple of repetitions of coming up and down. There's a thing that's called, and I just blew my brain what the technical term for it is, but what happens is that when you stretch yourself down, you hit a point where you feel things starting to talk to you too much, too loud. You'll come back up, inhaling back up, and the next time you go down, you'll actually go down a teensy bit further. It's because every time we stretch the body, it's able to stretch just a tiny bit more the next time if we're doing it in a sequence. So we're going to do this for the leg stretches. And what I want you to become aware of is the sensation of feeling like you did go just that little teeny bit farther this time than last time. So let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your belly down, press it toward your thigh. Bring your hands down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Push up just a tiny bit, not all the way up. And exhale, relax back down again. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. And then inhale back up again just a little bit. And exhale back down again. Last time. Walk your hands back a little tiny bit. Push up. Inhale up a couple of inches. Exhale. Relax back down again. And we're just going to breathe here for a couple of breaths. So if you're pretty flexible in the hamstrings, you may not be feeling too much stretching going on. This is where you flex your foot. You can grab your foot, start pulling your foot toward you by the toes. You'll feel the hamstrings engage a little more. Make sure you're not lifting up anything and you're behind. And come back up, push your hands into the floor to raise you back up again. Shake that leg out, and let's switch legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, bring your belly down. Stop when your hamstrings tell you to. We're going to take an extra breath here. And then push up just a couple of inches and exhale and relax back down again. Take another breath. Inhale back up. Exhale, relax back down again. Take a breath here. Inhale, push into the floor, come back up. Exhale, come back down again. Last time. We're just going to rest here now. Breathe. Push into the floor, lift yourself back up. Shake that leg out. Then we're going to stretch both legs out this time. So we're going to be doing, this time, a forward fold with both legs extended. It's the same thing as we just did with one leg at a time. So make sure you're working those hamstrings. And this one, we're going to make sure we're feeling the hamstrings. So if your hamstrings are really flexible, remember, pointing the toes up or pulling the toes back are going to change the dynamic of what you sense in the back of your leg. If your hamstrings are really tight, you probably won't go very far. So don't feel bad about it. Inhale, reach up, straighten up. Exhale, push your belly down towards your thighs. Reach down your legs. Keep your legs straight as you can. Breathe here. Push up just a little bit. Exhale, relax back down again. Take another inhale and exhale. Inhale up just a couple of inches. Exhale back down again. Breathe. Inhale, coming up just a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down again. And we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, push into your thighs if you like to come up. Come back up straight again, shake out your legs. Next, we're going to keep the legs extended, but we're going to be bending the knees a little bit. So what I'd like you to do is to get a blanket or a cushion, and you're going to put that right underneath your thighs so that your knees are relaxed over top of the blanket. Now we're in a position which is a lot more like the forward fold when we're standing upright, because in forward fold, we don't have straight legs. We have softly bent knees. So let's take an inhale, reach up, and this time exhale. I want you to push your belly down toward your legs. Reach down toward your feet. Try to lift your tailbone up just a teensy bit higher. And by doing that, you're going to tip your pelvic area and you'll feel like you're coming down just a little bit further. Inhale up just a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down again. Inhale up just a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down again. Inhale up just a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down again. And just notice where your hands started out and where they are now. And breathe here. Inhale, slowly, slowly come back up again. You can take your cushion away for now, or you can go back and sit on it again. Shake the legs out. Coming into the cobbler pose. So in cobbler pose, the difference between butterfly and cobbler is the space you have between your heels and your body. In cobbler, we leave at least this much space. So put your hand down there and make sure that you've got room for your hand to go down, with the heel of your hand by your groin, fingertips by your heels. And you can have more, absolutely. You can have, this could be your cobbler pose, if this is the best you can do with getting the knees bent. Otherwise, make sure you're not too close. Getting it in close like this changes it. It now becomes butterfly. So we want to make sure we have that space. And that space is where you're going to try to press your belly. So let's straighten up. You can grab your ankles for a little leverage. Straighten up your back, sitting up nice and straight. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, just think about pushing the belly down. Let yourself relax down as far as you can. When your body says it's time to stop here, you stop. Take an inhale, exhale. Next inhale, we're going to come up just a couple of inches, and exhale, relax back down again. Inhale up just a couple of inches, exhale, relax back down again. And if you're noticing me going deeper into this stretch, this is me. This is what's happening to my body. I didn't make this up. I didn't stop higher up there because I could go deeper, but I wanted to not look like I was. Just one more time, pushing up a couple of inches, exhale, relax back down again. And we're going to stay here and breathe. If you like, you can grab your feet while you're down here breathing and try to open up like a book and look at the bottom of your feet. And I'm looking at mine and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, do I need some foot cream or what? It's looking pretty, pretty dry down there. Inhale, slowly come back up again. Help your knees up. Stretch your legs out. Lean back on your hands. And we're just going to windshield wiper our feet from one side to the other, just to relax the joint. So we're going to keep going with these stretches. So we're going to take now sitting, and I recommend that if you want to turn on your mat and sit so that you're sitting like I am, where you've got the mat this way and you're sitting dead center, that you do that. If you've got a carpet or something underneath you that's not slippery, it probably would be okay to sit the way you're sitting probably right now, but you want to make sure your heel isn't going to start to slide and move around. We're going to take the right leg and we're going to extend it out as far as our stretchability is. Now I'm able to go almost to the middle of my mat and still sit facing you here, but you might only be able to go just a little ways off center before you start to feel it stretch too much in here. Ideally, at least try to head for the corner of the mat, and that's another reason why we sit sideways on the mat. So we have the corner there as our guide. If you can get wider than that, then go for that. This leg can be anywhere you feel comfortable with it. You can leave it like I have it right now. You can bring it in towards your body. Even if your knee is up in the air, you can always shove something under here to help support it. Or you can bring it right in if you're a little more flexible in the hip. And so what we are going to do now is we are going to try to come down toward the floor and keep our bum planted on the floor. Now it's going to move. You're going to have more probably of your thighs making contact if you're coming down really low. But what you don't want to do is lift up everything, like tipping over. Instead, you're pushing your belly down toward the floor until you feel the stretch happen in here in this leg. As soon as you feel that stretch, it'll come right from about your groin area and it'll start to radiate down toward the knee. I can feel it right here. So if you're feeling it as soon as you start to lean forward, that's where you stop. So let's take a deep inhale. You can raise your hands up, stretch up. Exhale, start pushing your belly down, reach down for the floor. Find that sensation. When you found it, stop. We're just going to breathe here. Remember, you're not lifting up anything. You're trying to keep as much of your bum and your groin area planted down on the floor. We're going to push upright a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down again. Take another couple of breaths here. Feel the stretch. Send your energy to that stretch. Push into the floor, come up just a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down again. Inhale up just a couple of inches. Last time, exhale back down again. And come back up nice and slow. Use your hands to push you upright. And we're going to help this leg come in. And we're going to stretch out the other one. Same thing here. This leg could be wherever it feels comfortable for you to balance. You can drag it in toward your body. Great. If not, don't worry about it. This leg is extended out, sitting right dead center, facing forward. Take a deep inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. And down as far as you can until you feel that stretching sensation coming up the leg. Take a few breaths here. Pushing into the floor, inhale up a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down again. Inhale, push up a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down again. Pushing into the floor, inhale up a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down. This is the last one. I'm just going to breathe here for a few more breaths. Slowly, slowly push back up. Help that leg come in. And notice whether or not one leg felt easier to do than the other leg. That's quite normal. You can shake out your legs. Now we're going to try the full dragonfly. So Definitely, this is not an easy stretch to do. Some people are just naturals at it. I'm amazed when I see women just flop forward and put their whole belly, face, and chest on the floor. But that's not me, and it probably isn't you. So first thing we deal with is getting the legs as far apart from each other as we can, as wide apart as we can. That's the first important thing that we work on. So maybe you won't get them as wide apart as you could at one side and the other side, but that's okay. So just work at that. The other thing I've discovered is that sometimes turning the toes in, excuse me, or turning them back this way or this way, will help you to rotate in the hip joint a little more freely. For me, I find that sometimes I almost have one leg goes one way, one leg goes the other way. Who knows? Our hips are their hips, and they're not even the same on either side of the body. So it is what it is. Same thing as we felt before. We're going for that stretch, intense stretching sensation in the inside of the leg. It's not the same as the back of the leg, what we feel when we're doing a forward stretch. It's usually something in here. Somewhere in here, you're going to feel it the most. Take a deep breath in. Reach up. On your exhale, just rock forward. Start lifting your sit bones off the floor a little bit so that you're pressing more of the thighs into the mat. More of your groin area is going to touch the mat. Go down as deep as you can. You feel things resisting and talking loudly to you. And we're going to push up just a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down again. Take a couple of breaths here. Pushing into the floor, come up a couple of inches. Exhale, relax back down again. Breathe. Lots of deep breaths. Pushing into the floor, just come up a little bit and exhale. Relax down and try to relax as much of yourself down. Play around with those feet. See if that works. Try pushing the belly down. That's all you need to focus on. And very slowly walking the hands back toward the body. Push yourself upright. Help your legs come together. Don't make them do the work. You do the work. And lean back on your hands and gently windshield wiper your feet from one side to the other. Shake everything out. We're going to come down onto the floor. We're going to come down onto our back. So you might want to have a cushion for your head. Make sure it's just a low, flat thing. You don't want to have your chin pressing into your chest when you come down. Bring your knees up. Roll gently on your back, side to side, or you can do circles, circling with your knees, going one way, and then go the other way. Let your shoulders relax down. Stop and just keep your knees as close to your chest as you can. And then very slowly raise your legs up, push the heels toward the ceiling, drop the heels down. Tighten up your tummy here. Tighten up your tummy muscles. Inhale the legs up, push the heels up toward the ceiling, drop the heels down. Let's do that once more. Inhale up, push the heels up toward the ceiling. We're just going to breathe here for a couple more breaths. And then slowly let your heels drop to your bottom and then to the floor. And we're going to stay with our feet on the floor, and we're just going to gently drop our knees over to the left. Bring them up. Drop them gently over to the right. Try to keep your shoulders touching down here. Don't roll your whole body, just your knees. Bring them upright. Take an inhale. As you exhale, drop them over to the left again. And looking to the opposite direction will also help you keep the shoulders down. Inhale them up. You can inhale, exhale over to the other side. See if they come down just a little bit lower this time. Inhale up. Feet are together, remember, and you're just rocking the knees from one side to the other. So let's go to the left. Keep your shoulders down. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, drop them to the right this time. Look to the left. Drop them down. Inhale back up. Now this time we're going to stay down for a few breaths on either side. So let's inhale. As you exhale, just drop your knees over to the left, look to the right. You can have your feet leave the floor if your knees will allow you to. Just breathe here, but try to keep that right shoulder on the contact of the mat. Breathe. Inhale, slowly come up, come back flat feet to the ground. Take an exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, just drop your knees over to the right. Your feet could come off the floor if they want. Look to the left, keep that left shoulder down, and take a few breaths here. Inhale, bring your legs back up, come back flat to your back, feet flat to the floor. We're just going to do a few pelvic tilts before we finish off and go into Shavasana. So what I'd like you to do is focus on your tailbone. That's the spot right between your bum cheeks, just above, just below your hips. So right between the bum cheeks, feel that spot, wiggle it around. It's a little tailbone. And as you push it down, you notice that your back will arch. Push your shoulders to the floor, push your tailbone down. Your back will arch, and when you push your back to the floor and lift your tailbone, it will flatten out your back. So we're going to inhale to this position, and on your next exhale, you're going to push the tailbone toward the floor. Push the tailbone down, arch your back. Inhale, lift the tailbone up, press your belly down, flatten your back. Exhale, push the tailbone down, lift your back. So I want you to follow your breath, slowly inhaling and exhaling for 4 more complete sets. So inhale up, exhale down, that's 1. Inhale up, exhale down, that's 2. Clench things inside you, tighten everything up. Inhale up, exhale down, that's 3. 1 more. Inhale up, exhale down, and that's 4. And relax your back. Bring your knees up. Grab them underneath the thighs, lift your feet flat to the ceiling, and see if you can reach your toes. You may have to bend your knees to do that. That's okay. If you're bending your knees, see if you can pull those knees down toward your armpits. And you can gently rock on your back, side to side, in a happy baby. You can also try to straighten out your legs a little bit. Push your heel up, stretch out your leg, relax it. Try the other side. Push your heel up, stretch out your leg, relax it. And that's if you feel like it. Otherwise, just relax here, feet to ceiling, soles of the feet. Rock on your back. And then slowly, slowly bring your feet to the floor, slide your feet out, come into Shavasana. So if you have a blanket handy, grab it. And put it over top of you so that you'll stay warm. Take a few deep breaths. Just let yourself melt down, become really soft and mushy. Let your feet flop. Let your shoulders relax. Let your belly get soft. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out the mouth. And then let it go. Just don't worry about your breath anymore. Don't worry about anything anymore. Let your jaw relax. Think of a place in your mind where you feel so at peace, wherever that is. Maybe it's a walk in the forest. Maybe it's by the ocean. Maybe it's in your garden. Or maybe it's a favorite place in the house where you like to sit and have a cup of tea. Wherever that is, just go there and spend some quiet time. I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, gently, gently waking your body back up. And give yourself a nice stretch, full body stretch. Stretch, and then bring your knees up and give yourself a nice big hug. And take a moment here to thank the body before you roll over to one side. And it doesn't matter which side you roll to, just pick a side that feels natural for you. And take a few breaths here before you sit up. Feel what you're feeling. Take time to enjoy this blissful moment. And then when you feel ready, you can make your way up to a seated position. Don't rush, take your time. This particular video is happening just before Christmas, so I just want to take a moment to wish you and your family a very happy holidays, Hanukkah and Christmas, and a wonderful new year. See you also in the new year. So let's close this class by chanting Om. We'll take a breath in and out first, and then we'll inhale for the Om. So let's inhale, exhale, inhaling for Om. Om. Rub the hands together, generate some heat, some prana, your chi. And as you do this, think of places inside you that could use some healing energy. Close your eyes, place your palms over your closed eyes, and as you breathe in, open them, sending that energy right where it needs to go. And on your exhale, palms to ceiling, sending beautiful energy back into the universe, but scooping up just a little bit to take back to heart center. Namaste.